I'm Gradual from Boys and Girls Hairstyles. Today we have Helen back with us. Helen is a trooper and she has been growing her hair out for a year. So I have been doing videos on her grow out. So we wanted to give you touch base of where we're at. It used to be super short and spiky. And now she has grown it and I'm so proud of her because a lot of people don't, grow their hair out after they have it short just because it is a process. But it's been fun doing these videos to show how to, grow it out and not go crazy because, right, Helen? Because, after having it short, I'm telling you, it is hard to grow out.
It is.
So if you can, go through those stages and do those cuts like I've shown in the other cuts leading up to this, it really, really does help. Okay, so of course we are just bringing up this back a little bit to catch up to, the top and all of that. Just gonna clean this up a little bit back here. Okay, now, sorry, we dripping. I need to dry it a little bit more. Okay, and then what we have done is we stack the back. So we take from the top of the ear over and just clip that out of the way. Okay, and then this middle area, I'm just gonna hold this out and take that little bit off. And I can't believe how long your top is, Helen.
I know.
It is really getting long. But yeah, this has been a fun change for Helen and everybody has really loved watching the videos of her growing it out. It's been super fun to watch the, progression because it is hard. Like people say, oh, I want to grow my hair out, and then they don't, or they say, oh, I'm not going to cut it because I want to grow it. And that would be probably the number one no-no I would tell you not to do, is just say, oh, I'm growing it, so I'm just going to let it grow. That's the key of growing your hair out, is getting it cut. I would recommend every 6 to 8 weeks getting it trimmed. It definitely helps it grow faster. And obviously, if you're growing out of a certain style into another one, have your stylist help you, grow out that style into the style that you're wanting. Because I can almost guarantee if you try to grow it, unless you're extra patient, if you try to grow it out on your own and not get it cut and then just let it grow and then cut into the cut, you'll probably be nuts and cut it off before then. So if you are wanting to grow it out, that would be a tip I would give you, is to trim it every 6 to 8 weeks. Talk it over with your stylist. If you're wanting to grow the top out, definitely, keep that back, short while the top grows to it. And that's what we've done with Helen. And you can see how well that all of this has grown out. I mean, we're clear out to here. And I just keep stacking that back so we can, keep the look that we're going for. And the look that she's going for, she's there. So we kind of need to keep an eye on it too, that we don't outgrow her style that she's wanting, because it definitely, she's pretty much there. So it's just awesome that she let us do this journey with her. Because it can be a journey, I'm telling you. Oh, bad hair days on a growing out style can be rough. Because let's be real, when our hair feels good, we feel good, right? That's for sure. But yeah, it's fun. I've had a ton of people come to get their hair cut when they've seen Helen. They've got my number from her, and anyway, that always makes me feel so darn good. And Helen, she's been a family friend too, forever and ever. And anyway, it's just awesome. She's just a good girl. Okay, so this layering here, I'm just gonna take up through here and just point cut. And then obviously we're just trimming, you know, because she likes the length. So, but this is just showing you how to keep it shaped and you know what a trim is. Some people will go out of a trim and say, I just asked for a trim, and you know, they feel like they're scalped. So I just wanted to show you what a trim is. And as a stylist out there, you know, for a trim, you know, same thing with like inches, you know, oh, I want 1 inch off. And your client thinks of an inch as a ½ inch and you think an inch is an inch. So I always like to have them show me, like with their fingers, well, what's your inch? And they laugh, but it's a good thing to know because some people, you know, think that it's less or more. And so it's good to just stay on the same page with your client and how much they want off. Okay, perfect. Now, so I'm just gonna trim this right here. We're going to hold all this top up. Same thing, just trim this. Okay, then we're gonna hold out this side. Just barely trim this. She's liking her sides. Yeah, funny story with Helen. So she's been coming to me for 25 years. And anyway, when she first started coming, you know, her hair was a little longer and stuff. And so then we cut it shorter and she was a little nervous to do that. Then she loved it. So we've done a little bit of everything. But the funnest story that I like to tell is the one day I'm like, hey, it would be awesome to add some red into your hair. Let's try some red. And she's looking at me like, you didn't just say that. And I'm like, yeah, let's try it. Let's do it. It'll look so good. But bless her heart, she trusted me. And then now she loves it. So we've put red in her hair ever since, and it's been fun. Sometimes we put more, sometimes we put a little less. It just depends on the season of the year. Okay, so her sides. Okay, we're just gonna hold this down. And same thing, we're just going to take a tiny, tiny bit. You can see that I'm just trimming that up. Okay, now we'll do this side. Make sure their head's not down too much here. And just barely trim that. Okay, awesome. Now, her front bang area, I'm gonna come through and I'm just gonna take little tiny chunks here, just kind of through the ends. And then Helen, do you want everything on your sides just barely trimmed, or do those feel good? Or do you feel like it needs to be around your face more?
Yeah, around my face.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take from her bangs, we're gonna hold this hair. Okay, and we're just gonna trim this. This goes around her face. So it's layered a little bit around her face. And then once we dry it, if we need to, you know, cut some pieces a little shorter or whatever we can. But we're just taking little pieces, trimming those around her face. And you can bring in your shears that way, this way also if you would like. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hold this hair up, and now that it has grown out, that's one of the hardest things too. First off, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take from her part, and I'm just gonna take this hair and like get rid of it, okay? That way I'm not going to texturize in her part, because you don't want to texturize in parts or you're gonna have little hairs that poke up. So underneath here, when you can see where it's bending, that means that there is heaviness there. So I'm taking a little bit out of there and a little bit in there. Same back here. And then I'm just gonna take and do 4 little spots back here, and then just 1 in her side, just 1 little spot. And that was the side that she parts to. So with the less hair, I just did 1 texturizing spot. Okay, and then when I let that hair down, that hair that I took from her part, like 1/2 inch from each side, and took it away, then that's awesome because there's no texturizing in the part. Okay, so now mousse. I'm gonna do the mousse. And then of course, now that her hair is longer and we round brush it and flat iron, I'm going to put a little bit of blowout cream. And what that does is it protects, see, you just need very little. It protects your ends from heat, blow dryer, flat iron, all of that. So you want to really protect your ends when you start growing out, because it obviously gets more heat over and over. So, okay. Okay, we're going to round brush this after it dries about 88%. If you just start round brushing into wet hair, like if I started with the round brush, it's really gonna pull on your hair. So it's not healthy for your hair. So if you dry it more, then it's way better to do that. So do that. Or, I mean, I'm not telling what to do, but if you want healthier hair, try to dry it 80% before you start round brushing. Okay, I am going opposite of what she parts, just so she can have some more volume in this area. Okay, same in the back. I'm just gonna kind of come around. And this area, I'm kind of going up because it's going to come down, but it'll give it more volume. All right, you guys, so now I'm just going through, just making sure it's all dry, because I'm going to take the flat iron through it. Okay. Now I'm just going to take and just kind of push this hair out of the way, or clip it up, I mean. I'm not pushing it, I'm clipping it. Okay, and then I just come down on this piece. I'm just gonna come straight down. Same back here. Gosh, it's been a long time since we colored, hasn't it? And there's still red in it. It's so pretty.
I know.
That's what's awesome with her hair color and cut. She can go, gosh, how many months in between your color? It's awesome. It's quite a bit.
6, yeah.
Okay, so you can see I'm just pulling straight out from the head. So it goes from, like, you know, back here, I just pull straight out and then it falls. Same thing here. And then I'm just gonna clip this hair out of the way. Okay, there we go. That goes straight down. that straight down. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take a little bit of the oil, just a couple drops, 2 little drops. I'm gonna rub it here in my hands. Okay, I'm going to take her bangs, flat iron those. They're just a little bit too curled. We can't have those curled where the rest is straight.
Right.
Okay, then just a little bit to piece out the bang area and some of her layers. And then we're gonna poof it a little bit, but she likes it, the style she's going for is a little bit less poofed, but it's more just down and soft. Feel better, Helen?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, the cut shows the color better.
It is, it's
How come?
crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of people will say that too. It looks like my color's refreshed. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's amazing what a trim will do. Not only does it feel good, but yeah, just like that, it makes sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna do this a tiny bit, and then I'm just gonna kind of push it down after. But I do like to give it a little bit of cushion so it's not like flat to her head. But she just likes it just straight and soft. Okay. Now, just look at the mirror.
Yeah,
Is that better?
Dark.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Definitely shows that color for sure, so. Is that too poofy or is that about right? A little bit? Okay, so I am going to just push her around here so you guys can see how it's stacked, how we keep the bulk out of the bottom gone. So this is longer and it accentuates the front here. So, okay, thank you so much, you guys. Thanks again, Helen.
You bet.
Hopefully you enjoyed it. Another part to her growing out. So thanks and have an awesome day. See ya.